In this question from the chapter Matrices, it says that two companies A and B are holding shares on each other. That is, A is holding 20% share of B and B is holding 10% share of A. Further, it says that the separately earned profit by the companies A and B are given as 98,000 and 49,000 respectively. And what we have to find out in the first part is the total profit made by the companies A and B, but using matrix notation. So let's do the first part. For example, if I say that profit earned by the company A, then you can see that A is making how much? 98,000, 98,000 plus it has share on B, and that is how much? 20%, that is 0.20. 20% is this by the profit made by the company B. And similarly, the profit earned by B is how much? 49,000, right? This is 49,000 plus the profit earned from the company A, which is it is holding 10% of the company A. Now we'll be using matrix notification later, but let's first solve this equation. If I replace this PB, right, I'm going to doing substitution, replacing this PB in the first equation. What do we get? We'll get this as PA, that is from the first, right? This is 98,000 plus 0.20 of this. This is PB, right? So this is 49,000 plus 0.10 of PA. Now let's simplify this further. This is PA, A in the subscript, right? This is how much? If I open this bracket, how much you are going to get A as? This is on transposing to the left hand side, it will give you 0.02 of PA, right? This multiplied by this. And on the right hand side, we have 98,000 and plus this is 0.20 into 49. That is how much? 98. So now on simplifying, this we can write as how much? 0.98 times PA, and their sum is how much? It should be 107,800. So from here we can obtain PA, and that comes out to be 107,800, that divided by 0.98. So I can reduce this. So this can be reduced by 11 times and further 2 more zeros. So finally we got profit earned by A as how much? 1 followed by how many? 2 4 zeros. Now once we have obtained PA, now we can obtain PB by placing PA over here. So let's obtain PB, which is how much? 49,000 plus, that is 10% of this, right? And 10% of this will be 1 zero less than this, which comes out to be 60,000. That is now we got the profit earned by company B. Now next I'm going to use matrix notation. So we can write this as so I represented this using a row matrix, this being a row matrix. This is square matrix and this is also a row matrix. Now to simplify the working, what I'm going to consider, I'm going to consider this as P. Let's say this be S plus this I can take as say M, and this is P again. Now transposing this to the left hand side, We can write this as S. I transpose this to the left hand side. Further, if I take P common, don't write 1. This is I, right? This is not 1 because we are dealing with matrices. And this is S only. So from here, what we can say, that is P will be equal to inverse of this, I minus M. This is I minus M inverse into S. So we can say that we had to find total profit of companies A and B and using matrix notation. So this is what we have got, the metric notation, and the profit we have obtained. The profits so obtained are 60,000 and this is 11,000. Now in the second part, we need to show that the total profit allocated to outside shareholders is equal to the total of the separately earned profit. Now the outside shareholders of company A is what? So company A, you can see that company B is holding 10%. That means the remaining 90%. So we can write that outside shareholder of company A will be how much? That is 90%. 90% of how much? 1 lakh, 90% of A, right? That is 1 lakh 10,000. And this is how much? This will calculate to give you 99,000. Now for B, the outside shareholder is what? It is 80%, right? That is 100 minus 20. So that is 80% of the earning by B, which is 60,000. And that comes out to how much? That is 48,000. So we can see that the total profit allocated to outside will be the sum of these two. So in this case, it is coming the sum of this plus this is how much? 1,47,000. Total separately earned profit is how much? Total earned separately profit are the sum of these two, that is 98,000 plus 49,000. But here we are not going to use matrices. This comes out to be 1,47,000 only. So this is what we needed to prove, that the total profit earned allocated to outside, which is 47,000, is equal to the total profit earned separately, and total profit earned separately is the sum of these two, which is 1,47,000. 1 0 is missing over here.